she doesn't know this, but I got a whole bunch of her favorite toy because she just destroys them. I got a whole bunch of them because they're 98 cents, and on her birthday, I'm gonna give them to her all at once, and it's gonna be awesome. Because I love my little doggy.
Can anyone case a good arguments for moral realism?
What?
Can anyone case a good argument for moral realism?
What is that?
What? What?
Moral realism, like moral realism.
We're talking about Zelda and Mario, so none of that in here tonight.
Wait, but I joined from the Pangburn YouTube channel, like in the Sam Harris discussion, so I thought this was like a philosophy server.
Yeah.
Oh, it usually is, but tonight we're taking a little break and we're talking about Mario and Zelda. But before we start, I guess we can talk about that.
Welcome to the
server. Mario and Zelda have morals, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, look at Twilight Princess when he saves the world because of the little kids.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I'm just trying to case a good argument for moral realism so I can, like, not fucking break down.
Well, you got to tell yourself a good story, probably, and subjectively find some things that are worth living for, and then you can objectively figure out.
Are you like in like a bad headspace? Like,
no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that I'm clinically depressed. I wouldn't say that I have any mental illness.
I just asked if you were in a bad headspace. Like, if you're just not doing well.
Yeah.
I'm just coming into terms with the fact that there is no such a thing as a good and bad, like in terms of.
Oh, sure there is.
And
what about Demise versus Hylia? Checkmate.
When I realize that there is no good or bad, then like it stops making sense.
No, there is, because other people, and there's real world consequences if you cross them.
So is a good argument. So.
Well, that's what you get from religious authorities. There are consequences. You go against.
Aren't that good?
What's that?
Religious stories aren't that good.
Those aren't the only stories available.
That's not my point, though. My point is there is no good and bad. There is no good argument for that, and that's annoying. Because like there is no good reason to do anything now.
We should read The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus. It actually changed my life when it comes to this topic and sort of like existential dread and stuff.
What's the? I don't have an existential dread. I don't actually hate anything. I just realize that none of it makes sense, and that's sort of an empty place to be. And
yeah, that's why I'm saying I would recommend The Myth of Sisyphus. It talks about how it talks about the concept of nihilistic absurdism. Like that's where we get absurdism is from that text primarily. And he talks about how things essentially have like
the problem with absurdism is that like how can you verify that that would be the case for everyone, and everyone would actually have enough motivation to bear
those who don't
absurdity of it.
Like those who don't just end up sad as fuck. And
I'm not even sad. I don't think I'm that emotional guy. I might be actually aromantic to the entire thing. Like I don't have any negative emotions or neuroticism correspondence.
Well. Think about what happens when you drink milk. Your body absorbs calcium. Like, why does it do that? And it goes into your bones and stuff. It's bizarre. And I mean, there's plenty of mystery and wonder to life that it just because you don't see something or grasp the beauty of things doesn't mean that amazing things aren't happening around you all the time.
Well, I'm not
the world isn't beautiful. The world is hell.
Well, I'm not denying that beautiful things are happening. I'm just saying that me liking blue doesn't mean that another person who likes orange is bad.
So why is that even a conundrum? I don't understand the issue.
Because that's the same thing with the concepts of good and bad.
You're absolutely right, Wilhelm. There is no good or bad. Everything is pointless.
what happens is
All right,
emotions
guys. So
You-
I
you
hate to
t-
cut
you-
everybody off. We're live now. So the topic of tonight is Mario versus Zelda. We
No,
were
it's
having a
not.
discussion about moral relativism. So if you guys want to keep talking about that, feel free to head over to a different tab or something.
That's fair.
Or you can work in those themes to the discussion. We're just gonna have some fun, take a break from the usual seriousness of the topics which we discuss,
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
we're just
Order
gonna have a
give your
good
life
time.
meaning.
And I mean, well, okay, so I recently had a cousin die, and nobody told me. I saw her obituary on Facebook, so I was like, I loved her, right? So I've been going through kind of a grieving process. So I was like, I have to play Majora's Mask. That game is all about grief and loss and helping people, and it'll help me through this grieving process. And I would say that it's working pretty successfully. And then I saw a news article saying that they found out that based on the name of your character in Majora's Mask, like the name of your file, the stars will be differently arranged. We just figured that out after 20 years, so I was like, that's pretty dope. Nintendo's awesome for all these Easter eggs that they have
That is
bestowed
actually
upon
a
us.
cool Easter egg. That's a very cool Easter egg.
Yeah, so I thought it would be just super fun and refreshing and just a nice little change of pace to talk about everybody's opinions on Zelda versus Mario, which is your favorite, which is more special to you, which do you feel more nostalgia towards, better stories, better overall game, just favorite moments, favorite games, anything related to Zelda versus Mario. And I just thought it would be super fun. And I said that a bunch of times, but I'm really excited to talk about this. So, yes.
I'll jump in real quick because I can't stay long. But Mario was something I played growing up, and I'm nostalgia for that. And the Zelda thing is like alien to me. That was always something the other kids had, and I never got never got involved in that. So
I never got involved
I
in the
missed out.
Zelda. I'm literally playing Majora's Mask on my 3DS right now. I'm climbing up Stone Tower Temple, or I'm climbing up Stone Tower to get to the temple, which is like the most iconic part of the game to me, and it's just so fun.
Oh, the elegy of
Yeah, just
emptiness. No, I mean, my Majora's
Yeah.
Mask is my favorite game, but I think that's like common for like personality disorders, like cluster B people. Like, yeah, of course. Like,
Is that
it has
true?
like, oh yeah. I mean, Majora's Mask, man. Like, it talks a lot about a fucking abandonment.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
like, Link goes to Termina because he was abandoned by, Navi, right?
Navi
Like, he
left,
was
and
like,
then Skull Kid took his horse.
yeah, and then he's like in the Lost Woods, and he runs into like the Skull Kid, and and then
It's
he
so
chases him into another world.
sad. Yeah, and it's like, but he saves Termina, but then none of it even matters because this is just like a pocket dimension that doesn't really exist. Nihilism.
Nah, man. I played Majora's Mask so many times, man. So many times. Like, oh my god, on the N64. Oof. And then I played it again as a teenager, and I was like, wow, this game really is fucking creepy. Jesus Christ.
It's so dark, isn't it?
Do you guys think that Majora is the fourth piece of the Triforce?
Majora? Majora's like bad, right? Like evil. The mask is Majora evil, or is the mask cursed and that makes Majora behave that way?
Yeah, but he has a golden triangle in his chest, right?
Does he?
Yeah, so maybe he's the fourth piece of the Triforce.
Yeah, maybe he's like the centerpiece. I don't. Do you guys ever watch like Zeltic on YouTube and like Zelda theory
Man,
and stuff?
I've watched so many fan theories, but I also write fanfic, and yeah, so I've made some of my own, but like,
Do you have Majora's Mask fanfic or Zelda fanfic?
yeah, I'm currently starting a Majora's Mask fanfic, honestly, coincidentally.
Oh
But
my god.
Alright, you guys can keep talking. I'm gonna have to head out. I have some chores to do, so.
Okay, we'll come back and talk with us
Same.
again, and we can talk more about like what you like moral
Yeah,
relativism and stuff.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna stick around.
Like, okay,
Okay.
like the first Zelda game I ever played was Ocarina of Time, right? And then like a
Yes.
few years later, Majora's Mask was released with like the the golden fucking cartridge, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The golden fucking cartridge.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I always watched my brother play because everybody's leaving. Oh, sad. I always watched my brother play because I wasn't allowed to play, and so I would watch. And I remember the first time he pulled the Master Sword and Link aged, and we were like, "Holy shit!" It was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, but okay, like okay, so Majora's Mask, it's been 20 years, and the fucking Nintendo hasn't like um talked much about like questions people have been having for like 20 fucking years.
They need to get their shit together. Nintendo is letting us down as a race. Like, I mean, like the 3DS remake is good. I'm playing it right now. Obviously, I enjoy it. I never got to play the N64 version. There's a BMOS.
Oh, really? Really? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
really. I never got to play it. I watched my brother play it. I mean, like everything. I watched my brother play, but I didn't know that BMOS was there. It's jump scared me.
Yeah. How many Zelda games are there now? Like, fuck. I mean, it's been.
So okay, let's count. There's Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, Link's Awakening. I don't know if you count Link's Awakening DX as a second version. I don't. It's the same game, just colorized. And then after that, there was the GameCube. So Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. And then the DS games.
Skyward Sword, Minish Cap, Phantom
Yeah.
Hourglass.
Yep, Minish Cap, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, so we're up to 11. So then, Skyward Sword, and then the
Breath of the
next
Wild.
one. The
And
next
Breath of
one
the
was
Wild too. So
Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, Link Between Worlds, BOTW 2, Four Sword Adventure, 19. I think that's all of them.
so, oh man, where's this conversation gonna go now? Like,
So what about Mario? What? Okay, so Zelda and Mario share a lot of the same aspects. Like there's a fair bit of there's some good platforming in the Zelda games. Like even in the 2D Zelda games, there's good platforming. So like, is it just the story that makes us gravitate more towards Zelda, or like, do you guys have like certain moods where you prefer one over the other?
well, okay, yeah, I feel that Zelda is like a bit more in depth. Has like more like character development. The Mario, they're both like, Nintendo games, so
Like
they're
they're both
like trying
iconic,
to cater.
but
Yeah, they're trying to cater to like younger audiences and
yeah.
whatnot. But
So, okay, we have to have this debate. What is the best 3D Mario game and why? I will always maintain that it is Super Mario Sunshine. But everybody shits all over Super Mario Sunshine, and I don't know why. So, I would like to hear some opinions.
well, yeah, I won't talk about Mario much, more Zelda, but I mean, I had a lot of fun playing Super Mario Sunshine. What the hell? I mean, it was a pretty good game. It's like what do people have? Why do people complain about Super Mario Sunshine? Because like Mario couldn't punch or whatever. It's like,
I don't know. I thought it was so fun, and like Flood was nice, and you had some actual character development there where like it's like okay, so obviously Zelda has better character development overall. But there was some character development in Super Mario Sunshine. I thought, like when the islanders go from hating you to like thankful that you helped them because they were covered in electric goop, that has to count for something.
See, it's like Naruto, like they hated Mario because they thought he was the same guy as Shadow Mario, but
Oh,
but then
bro!
they
But
came
then
to accept him.
Shadow Mario thinks that Peach is Shadow Mario is baby Bowser who thinks that Peach is his mother. How? I'm sorry. How is a Bowser gonna fuck Peach? How did baby Bowser think that was even possible?
And
See,
an
and
entire realm of fan fiction was born right there.
Really?
see, and it has
Love
themes that were talked about before Jordan Peterson came along, right? Like like he cleans up, different. He cleans up the town in different places from like messy goo, like long before Jordan Peterson came along and talked about the importance of cleaning your room, right?
Yeah, and then remember at the end of the one mission, it said always be kind to your pets. I'm like, bruh, Mario out here teaching morals and shit. What? There was actually a study. There was a study done that people who had just recently played Super Mario Sunshine were more likely to be kind and help out a stranger than those who hadn't.
That's oddly beautiful.
Isn't it just great? See,
Anyway,
that is actually enough. I don't know if you guys can hear a squeaker. It's so loud.
No, I'm not getting any feedback from you or anything.
So Andy R, I don't think we've heard from you. What do you think? What's better, Zelda or Mario? And defend your answer.
Yeah, so I personally have more fun playing Mario because
Ooh, so teams forming. Okay.
because intellectually I'm much more childish and lazy. And Zelda requires way too much effort.
Yeah, I wanted to say earlier that Mario, usually, this isn't always true because there's things like Mario Kart and stuff like that that's a little different, but usually Mario's like the Call of Duty compared to the battlefield that is Zelda. Like, Zelda's just got a lot more things that you can do, but if you don't want to be responsible for a bunch of things and you just want to jump on top of turtles to kill them, you always have Mario.
Yeah, I
I
feel like
think
whenever
the
I'm trying to just
only
relax, then I'll play Mario. But if I'm looking for like a distraction from the inside of my own brain, then I'll play a Zelda game.
I think the only two Zelda games I've ever actually played seriously were Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
That's
But
oh, that's
fine.
great, man. That's great.
Those are the two best to play.
even still, like I barely didn't do anything in Majora's Mask, and like I essentially I totally rage quit because the whole world ending if you don't
Oh,
do something in the
you didn't
right
like
amount
the
of
3-day
time thing
mechanic?
got on my nerves. Uh,
Majora's
and
Mask is
Ocarina of
different
Time
from other
basically
Zelda
just got
games.
I think it's
Okay.
like
Ocarina of Time basically just got too hard for me
it's
eventually.
so deeply satisfying to accomplish something within that 3-day time limit and then go back to the beginning because it's like it gives me a sense of accomplishment. You know what I mean? Instead of just like saving and being like, oh, okay, I died again in the fire temple. I can just go back and face Valvagia again. Whereas in Majora's Mask, you're like, oh shit, like if I die now, I'm gonna run out of time. So when you plan everything out and you do it just to perfection, it's so goddamn satisfying. Like I just reached the top of Stone Tower, and I think I'm gonna go
The
back to
Garrett
Clock Town, deposit my rupees, and then go back in time and start this bitch over and start the temple. And it's just to me that's just so. It's something that I wouldn't have been able to appreciate as a child, but now I'm like, as an adult, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. This is like real life, okay?
Right.
Oh,
My favorite character, or actually, I have two favorite characters from Zelda, but one of them, one of my one of them would be like the happy mask salesman.
Which version of him?
Like, no, the Majora's Mask version, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Bro, can we please talk about the editing? It's so subtle, but it makes him so creepy when they use those jump cuts on him when he's talking, and then Link, he's just all of a sudden strangling Link. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Like,
What do you like about him? Like, what makes him your favorite? Especially when Tingle is an option.
well, so I mean, he probably has like some lessons here and there that I found useful.
Such as?
Like, we're whenever there's a greeting, a parting soon to follow. But um, and then he goes on to say, like, yeah, but how long it lasts is up to you. Um, it's like things that people in life must accept that at some point, like the people are gonna leave someday, aren't gonna be there.
Yeah, that is nice. It is true. And, like, it definitely, that brings us to more of a more, like, serious thing. Like, we definitely have to learn how to live in the moment and appreciate things and people for what they are while we have them, because you just never know when things are going to be taken away. Like like my cousin Morgan, sweet, beautiful Morgan. I wish I would have told her I loved her more. But you just never know. You think, oh, we're young, we're going to live forever. But eventually the sun crashes into Termina and everybody dies. Or the moon, rather.
Say, do you think that okay, so in Ocarina of Time, right? Like, Zelda plays the Ocarina of Time, with Link as an adult after like, the fight with like Ganon, and and then she sends him back to his childhood time. And then, that created like a split in the timeline. So, it split into three ones according to Nintendo. Um, like, do you think that in Majora's Mask, since like, Link traveled back in time so much with the Ocarina, like that created like more splits in the timeline?
Oh my god, what if each one made its own timeline? Like each time he traveled backward, it created a branching reality, like in Loki. Fuck, that would be insane.
Like in one timeline, like the moon actually crashes, and then the other timeline, like the giants were there, and like Link defeats Majora's Mask.
I feel like I
But
heard
then,
this theory on a game theory or something.
really?
Yeah, like
I'm gonna
not
have to
even
look
that
into
long
this.
ago.
Now I have some fan theories of my own. Like I haven't seen them talked
Let's
on
hear
like
'em.
forums or videos. Yeah, I think one of them is that okay, so there's like yeah. I mean, I'm sorry if you haven't played Majora's Mask because I'm kind of being autistic right now, but um, there's like the granny, right? The granny in the end, and she tells stories.
And pass the time,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so she tells the story about the imp who was like a friend of the four giants, and and then like he caused all this trouble, and the giants got mad at him. And yeah, and he was doing this because the giants like had left, and he felt abandoned, and then they come back, and then they told him that he's got to go away, or they'll destroy him. So he was like sent back to the heavens. Yeah, I mean my one of my fan theories is that I think that was the Happy Mask salesman.
Oh. Where do you think the
Okay.
Happy Mask salesman got the Mario mask? Like Mario
Okay.
was all fucked up and he played the song of feeling for him and then Mario's face fell off. Like,
Yeah. No, I mean that's a very plausible theory. Like he travels between worlds, right? So yeah, he healed in one of these like incarnations of Mario, or like
which version of Mario do you think though?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We're getting real deep.
See, but like, okay, like in Majora's Mask, like, when Link goes up to the moon, right? All of a sudden, like he goes up to the moon, and then all of a sudden he finds himself in this like open field, and there's like a tree in the middle, and
Yeah,
there's
what
like
is
four
that place?
kids. Yeah. Well, I mean, I take it it's like, like, quote like a world inside of the moon, whatever. But but yeah, all the four kids, right? They look. Well, I mean, they're wearing masks, but like, I mean, you can kind of tell that they resemble the Happy Mask salesman by their hair, and then some fucking hackers like, hack the code, and yeah, it's the same fucking code for the as a face
Oh my
for the
gosh!
Happy
So those
Mask
are the
salesman.
other versions of the Happy Mask Salesman.
Have you guys talked about Wind Waker yet?
Nope,
Oh, I fucking love Wind Waker.
I've never played Wind Waker.
Oh, Michaela, you would love Wind Waker.
I watched my brother play it. I don't know.
It's a really
No, I had a lot of fun with Wind Waker. No, I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people hate on it, but no, it was a
don't
good
know.
Zelda game too.
I always thought that was weird that people hated on it because
It's because
I
of the
thought-
cel-shaded graphic.
it was such an open world concept. I really think it's what inspired kind of the Zeldas that we see today coming out.
Well, Shigeru Miyamoto was saying, like, he once said that Breath of the Wild was really the incarnation of what he wanted the original Legend of Zelda to be.
Right.
Like, the first one was an open world. It's freaking hard as shit. Like, I'm so bad at it, but
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like the literal first.
yeah, the one
Oh,
on the
okay.
NES.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked Wind Waker. It was I loved the lore. I loved the animation. I don't know why people shat on it. It was very fun, whimsical. I thought the settings looked beautiful in that game. Like when you look back at looking at like highlight videos on YouTube of it, I thought it was like a really beautiful game. Like very calming, play at your own pace type feel. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
What's your opinion, Travis, on Majora's Mask and the 3-day time limit mechanic?
It's restrictive, no doubt about that. And I'm not a fan of restrictive principles in games. So it's not my favorite Zelda game for those reasons. Definitely.
Wind Waker is your favorite then?
No, I still would say Ocarina of Time, just because I did get the same feeling, even though there were some restrictions with zones in Ocarina of Time. I really did feel, that it was an open adventure. I got that feeling from it, and pulling when you're feeling as though you've beat the game and you're pulling out the sword. And then all of a sudden you realize that you have like these temples that are left to master. Like that, I remember that.
Like, oh, it just started.
I think that's like one of the most exciting gaming moments in history, which is probably why. And I have a really hard time saying this. This is not easy for me because I started playing, Super Mario Bros. 3 when I was very little, and I could like master that game when I was like, I think I was like 4 or 5. But I think Ocarina of Time is probably the best game in history.
There's a pretty good debate between those two. It usually comes down to those two.
Yeah, I mean,
But
if
like,
anyone's
I
gonna
think
argue
it's
for,
fair to
yeah,
I think it's fair to say that Ocarina of Time is the best 3D game and SMB3 is the best 2D game. I think it's okay to make that distinction.
Yeah, I think it is. If we have to ultimately pick one in the end, I just think like, but then I go back to the first time I blew a whistle in Mario 3, and I think that like, I don't know, like this is why I keep flip-flopping back and forth. What was more exciting, blowing a whistle for the first time in Mario 3, or pulling out the sword? Like, I don't know. I literally don't know. Someone help me here.
I don't know. I guess I remember feeling like it was more like just magical when we pulled the Master Sword.
Yeah, but blowing that whistle and it takes you to this like world. I just like I get goosebumps thinking about it, but I also get goosebumps thinking about the sword. Yeah, I don't know. I'm neurotic shrimp. Help us out here.
No, for me, the best part of Ocarina of Time was when I beat the Water Temple as a kid.
Oh
Because
my
I
God,
could
dude.
not, for like me,
Water
work
Temple
the
was
water for everyone as a kid.
Okay, but Water Temple's so easy actually. Like now that I know
once you've done it though.
I had to drop the scary thing. I don't want to drop
the wrong move. If you make the wrong move, right, in one part.
Do you guys remember when we thought that if you use the wrong key, you could soft lock the game?
I definitely heard that rumor.
Yeah.
But you might be thinking the adult Water Temple. No, I'm talking like Jabu Jabu's belly.
Oh God, I hated Jabu Jabu.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's where Link gets a boomerang. Like,
my personal.
I couldn't work out the fact that you had to drop through the scary hole as a kid.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I literally got stuck in there for like a month, stopped playing, and I had to come back to it. And like when I finally beat it, it was like the best.
Oh my goodness.
As a kid,
honestly, man, like I enjoyed playing Majora's Mask way more than Ocarina of Time. But you know, the people who prefer Ocarina of Time, I mean, that's perfectly understandable, though.
Let's talk about our problems with both of these games, though, because I have a problem with the simplicity of the final bosses with both the games.
Oh my God! But Georg is such a hard boss. He kicks my ass every time. I died and I got a game over.
Really?
In my last playthrough,
are you talking about 3DS Georg or original Georg?
Yeah, I'm talking about 3DS Georg.
So that there it goes, because the boss fights are different in the 3DS remake than the original.
I don't know about the 3DS, but I do know that in N64, like I was kind of let down with how easy the final boss was. You know, I thought he dropped too easy, and I thought it was going to take more.
Majora?
No, sorry, I was talking about Ocarina of Time.
Oh, Ganon.
Ganon, yeah.
So it's really fun if you have the Big Goron sword. You don't even need the Master Sword, and you can just walk between his feet. It's so fun.
Yeah, and you know, like also like Final Bowser in Mario 3, I was just like, really, that's it? I thought it should have been
Final
harder.
Bowser in Sunshine is a disappointment as well.
Look, and a close second for me, I have to say, is Mario 64. Like, that game blew my mind as well. Like,
I couldn't play it. Like, the controls were so slippery. I just got mad.
Yeah.
The best part of Mario 64 is dropping that baby penguin into the abyss.
Oh my, yes.
Throwing.
Dude, fuck that penguin. We all did it, too.
We all tried to kill it.
Yeah, because it didn't get
Ocarina of Time had time travel. Well, I mean, so did Majora's Mask, but it started with Ocarina of Time.
Time travel. What are you talking about?
Here's Mario 3 had like interdimensional travel. Like, you kind of step out of the dimension and you can just kind of pick your point.
You travel through time in Super Mario 64 too, because you're able to complete the same mission.
I really like the mechanics.
Wait.
Paintings.
Holy shit. I never thought of that before.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, you travel in space and in time.
Oh my God. You just blew my whole mind right there.
I thought you were going to say he blew your hole.
Well, where did the Saga Storms come from? And well, I mean, in Ocarina of Time.
Oh my God, it's a paradox. No, it's always existed. It has existed forever, and nobody knows. It's an entity, a deity.
Do you know what I find a little bit depressing? Like how easily Ganon would kick the shit out of Bowser.
Yeah, but Bowser has those spikes on him.
He does. I mean, but is really Bowser? Like he's so slow, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Ganon's kind of an idiot. I feel like Bowser's smarter. I don't know why I think that. But
Yeah.
I think Ganon would wipe the floor with Bowser.
I thought so too. Just because he's got more different diversity in his powers he can pull from. I mean, I know, like Bowser in the right circumstances could probably just like melt Ganon, but I just don't think his attacks are like fast enough for that. But
Even if he does melt Ganon,
N64 Ganon was pretty formidable, man. Like pretty scary looking and whatnot. And he had like the two swords, like the two big swords.
yeah,
and isn't he like a pig actually too?
yeah.
No, Ganon's definitely a boar. Yeah.
It's just a dirty
He's like
pig.
he's the incarnation of evil. He's like the opposite of Jesus. So I don't see how.
I mean,
Jesus is a
but
pretty
okay,
bad guy.
Ocarina of Time had a pretty cool, like, evil-looking Ganon, right? Like, the other Zelda games came after, they haven't recreated that aesthetic. I mean, probably on purpose, but, no, I mean, fuck, man, like, the first time battling Ganon in Ocarina of Time, I mean, it was kind of scary, man.
They made Ganon seem like he was like a gypsy or something. I don't know why when I think of Ganon, like I think of like traveling gypsy pirate.
It's because he's
I'm talking about Ganon as in, when Ganondorf takes, like, the fucking, giant beast form, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Ganon's a Guerdo, I think.
He's are bad.
Yeah, he's the male born once every 100 years to the Gerudo.
Right.
Yeah, so like that's why he looks like a gypsy, because they all look like desert dwelling gypsies.
Right.
I mean, they're kind of more Arabic in aesthetic, I think. But
Maybe in their clothes a little bit, but
What nationality
like a
is
little bit.
Ganondorf?
What nationality? Whatever the Rock is, he's that.
What ethnicity is Bowser?
He's
Bowser is
obviously a
Dragonborn.
I mean,
Bowser
like,
is
Ganon is a
also
dark-skinned man with red hair.
What about Mario? That's the real question. What ethnicity
He's
is Mario?
Italian. We already know that.
No, he's Japanese.
Mario is Italian, but Wario is German.
Wario is a
Honestly, Wario might be Jewish.
Wario's Jewish.
He's a German. Exactly, he's a German Jew.
Have you guys
that's
seen
like
that?
so combative.
Runs? Like Zelda, they'll beat in like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, Zelda versus Mario is a weird one, right? Link versus Mario is a weird one because, are we talking Mario while he's got everything, including his P-wings?
And can he turn into, does he have a Tanuki suit where you can just turn into a statue? But Link can also turn into a statue. He can put on
that would be a way better fight.
We know from Mario Galaxy. We know from Mario Galaxy that base Mario has like light speed reflexes.
Right.
But so he has that, but I'm not sure how quick Link is.
Well, Link also reincarnates, so even if Mario wins, he'll be back.
There'll be another.
What?
Another
a baby?
chosen hero to take out the Italian plumber of doom, Mario.
I actually really have to say this. I might be convinced at this very moment, and I might change my mind in 5 seconds. But with having all the power-ups and all of the equipment in all of the lore at their disposal, I don't think Link can beat Mario.
No, Mario takes it.
Yeah, I really don't.
No, yeah, that's true. Because if he had all of the power-ups, he could just use like a gold flower and turn Link into coins.
Or just
but
get
then
a
Link
star.
could with his mirror shield.
Link has a ton of fucking gadgets, so.
Link has a ton of gadgets, but it's like if Mario can just fly up with expelling no energy because he's got the P-wings on, and he's just dropping fire on top of a Link constantly. It's like eventually, one of those fireballs, the fireballs are going to hit eventually. They're just bouncing all over the fucking place.
Link can use the mole mitts and dig underground and shield himself.
He can. How long can he stay under there? I don't know.
I mean, he'll stay under there until.
Dude,
I mean,
you can't
he could
go
have Navi
underground
or
against
Tuttle
Mario.
attack from above.
That's a good point, Dal. Yeah, if you go underground.
But okay, what if Link and Mario fight, and Link is has like the Goron mask on him?
What if Link has the fierce deity mask or the giant's mask? He could just punch Mario out of the sky.
Well, not if Mario has a gold star and he's all blinking.
Exactly.
Music.
I forgot about the gold star.
Yeah, can't he just wear the gold star and just walk up to Link, kind of like he's like Dr. Manhattan, and just like
he would literally just have to touch him and he would fall off screen.
Yeah. He'd fall off screen.
Okay, so if they only had so if we take
Michaela, Link has Link. Well, some Links have the Ocarina of Time, or one.
If we take just Kokiri Forest Link versus just Super Mario, so just adult Mario with no power ups. Neither Link just has his sword and shield, and Mario just has his jumping abilities. Who would win?
Well, I think Mario gets fucked in that scenario.
Could still potentially win.
So if Mario jumps on Link's head, Link would just die, right?
So here's, but Michaela's raising an excellent point here that that Mario without any power is just a fat Italian plumber.
No, that's not true. He's still incredibly strong with his base power. In one of the sequences in Super Mario World, he's able to effortlessly pick up a castle and kick it away.
Have you not
also,
seen
Mario he could swing Bowser around like it was nothing.
Yeah, and he just got like a big squeegee brush and erased some of the castles in Super Mario World.
But I was gonna say, I was saying though, without any of his power, because we would have to assume that the strength is some kind of superpower that he has if he's throwing around Bowser.
If that's true, can we give Link
from the fact
his
that he's
weapons?
one of the 7 star children?
I was gonna say that Link is just some like teen that just picks up sword and shield. You know, he's probably gonna beat an Italian plumber who's got nothing, right? Who's
well, the thing is if you're taking away all of Mario's powers but keeping Link with his sword and shield, that's
what if you
kind
just
of
have
an
Link
edge to
without
Link
his
anyway.
sword and shield?
Well, okay, what are we
then it's an
defining
adult beating the hell out of a little blonde kid.
if we're gonna depower Mario for this fight, does that include removing the gold star from inside of himself that he was born with? Which I think which is implied to be the source of his power, because he's one of the 7 star children.
If he loses that, then Link has to lose his piece of the Triforce.
Yeah, if you remove that, at that point Mario is just a normal guy.
Okay, I got a question. Who's more charming?
Definitely Link.
Does Link ever get
I would say
I
don't know if Link is charming.
I'd have to say Mario, because Link goes into random people's houses and breaks vases and steals rubies.
Yeah, but he also reunited Richard with the woman in Ocarina of Time, and he healed the Gibdo guy, and he saved Termina, and he saved Hyrule, and he saved everybody.
So
whereas Mario's like, I got my bitch back from the castle. She keeps walking out on me, but I keep bringing her back.
Okay, but if Bowser would succeed in any of his plans, he would eventually take over the world, because by taking over the Mushroom Kingdom...
all he's doing is taking Peach.
This is a good segue Andy just brought up. What does Bowser want? Like, if Bowser succeeds, does he just want to eat anything he wants? What exactly does he want?
The thing is,
to be king of the kingdom.
He wants to be king, but what does he want to do with his king role? If he actually is sitting there, I know this is a romantic idea to him, but if he is actually sitting there and he's in charge of the kingdom, what is he going to do?
I mean,
it's possible that he hasn't thought that far, but the reason why he kidnaps Peach is actually interesting, because it adds a bit of detail to what Peach can do. So according to the original Super Mario Bros. Booklet, the reason why Bowser kidnaps her is because she's the only one who can undo the magic he placed on all the people in the kingdom by turning them into blocks and stuff, which makes it kind of dark when Mario's eating mushrooms out of the boxes. It makes you wonder what's
the
actually
theory that every
happening.
block he breaks is killing someone.
Yeah, so he not only kidnaps her to undo that, but eventually, over time, later games reveal that his repeated kidnapping of her causes him to develop sort of a crush on her. So he might have initially wanted to kill her, but now it seems like he might want to marry her or something.
And so okay, so he marries her. He's in control. Then what? Like, I'm just trying to get to what's Bowser's day to day once he takes over the kingdom.
I think he would turn the Mushroom Kingdom into a world authoritarian world state, and he would use it to take over the world.
Okay,
What's Bowser gonna do with the whole world?
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a dinosaur dragon, right? Like,
What if he's like Doctor Doom and he's just like the only guy who can save the world from some unknown threat that's coming? So he's trying to take over the world so he can save it, but everyone thinks he's a bad guy. So
well, this is what I'm like, because people just, and yeah, sure, Bowser's a person. What what is this person really getting after? Is he just like the Joker and wanting to cause chaos? Or is there some moral outlook here that we might be looking over?
what if he's just a good dad who wants his son to be in the royal family lineage?
Right.
He is a good dad, that's true. He's a good dad to Bowser Jr. I mean, he, encourages bad behavior, but he treats him nice on a personal level.
Well, it's bad from our subjective opinion, but in Dragon Dino world, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah, what if they have different mores and codes of ethics there?
Is he a dragon
Well,
or a
no,
dinosaur,
because
by the way?
we see in games like Paper Mario and stuff that not all Koopas or whatever are, combative. Like sometimes they're just normal people like Toads.
Andy, why do you know this?
It's clear in all the other Paper Mario games. You've befriended the Koopas.
I'm really stoked that you cited the in the original pamphlet.
That was fucking dope. Somebody cite Hyrule Historia. I don't know. We need page numbers.
No, Andy's a power scaler for
This
sure.
might have also been. No, I'm really not.
What is milkshake?
I'm just a bullshit knower. But there is not in the sense that if somebody was trying to trick me, I wouldn't fall for it. I definitely would. But I think I remember hearing something one time too that there is kind of like a quasi-mortal thing to Bowser's MO. Because apparently I think maybe Koopas were being mistreated at some point in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Probably.
And so he's like
by the Italians.
He's like a guerrilla revolutionary or something.
I think it was the Italians that were carrying this out. Milkshake, what do you think of all this?
Hi guys.
Hey.
Well, I was listening to you for a couple of minutes, and one thing came to my mind is that Mario and Link. Mario is the only one that can jump.
Link can jump if he has Rock's Feather or if he lives in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, only on Breath of the Wild.
Link
That's a good point. Milkshake, you raise a really good point.
Link can do flips in midair if he's in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, or
if he's in Termina. The midair flips are fucking amazing. The mid jump flips that he does in Majora's Mask. Holy shit! I get so excited every time I see one.
Well,
he definitely can jump. He just usually chooses not to, just like with speaking.
What we really need to do here is a comparative analysis of things that are expected of the character within the game. So, okay, how's Link going to do in a race against big fat penguin mama?
Does he have his Goron?
That's a good question. Let's say he does.
Well, then he's going to fucking win.
You think
he'll
beat Penguin?
I think Link would win then.
Yeah. And how is Mario going to do?
Mario didn't face the penguin mother. They were two different penguins.
How is Mario going to do against some of the trials and tribulations that Link has faced with? Like some of these bosses, seem to be much more deadly than the kind of things that Mario comes up against on the regular.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
just
Mario would
from
be
be
like,
able to
I don't have a
argue.
tail, so I don't know what to do.
I mean,
If
it
Mario
would
jumps
depend.
on Ganon,
Yeah, I
would he
mean,
It
die?
would depend on which version, because if it's just like, I mean, 3D Mario might be able to be okay, but if it was just like 2D side scroll Mario, he would die with 2 hits.
what's
Yeah,
We'll
but
say
that's the
3D
same for
Mario
Link.
versus 3D Zelda bosses and 2D Mario versus 2D Zelda bosses.
we
But if you take 2D Mario and you put him up against like the final form of Vatai from Minish Cap,
we really
Mario's
need to
gonna die.
We really need to get a physics explanation from Dal here. What is going on?
Where's Lawrence then?
From a physics, or we'll get Lawrence in here. What is going on from a physics perspective? Like Dal raises a good question. If Mario was to successfully jump and land on Ganon, what's going on physically in this universe, and would Ganon actually die?
Would he fall off the universe entirely?
Right? Would he collapse?
I don't think Ganon would die, because Mario can't even just jump on Bowser and hurt him.
So what's going on? Is it
Yeah,
when
but-
Mario
I guess
when
that's
Mario makes contact, it does he become like the greatest mass in the cosmos for a moment, and that's what squishes things?
I mean, if some guy jumped in the air and stepped on you, that would probably hurt, especially if
It
you were
would
just
hurt,
a walking mushroom
but-
or turtle.
But these Koopas and these Goombas, they don't just like ow, oh damn, that
You're right;
sucks.
they do disappear and
They
like leave
fucking
behind a.
disappear.
They fall off the planet Earth.
There's no
Also,
trees.
Mario can double
It's-
jump too.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
true.
well, I think that could best
Link
be
has the double
explained
flash shots.
with something that I would like to once again allude to. Is the reason why Mario is so strong in the first place is because he's one of the 7 star children. Because he has a magic star inside of him since birth.
He does.
So he is a star. He's not just
Is the star
Stardust.
are the star children different than the Stal
But
children?
Link also has the Triforce.
I don't think that he is a star so much as that a star is just part of his being, and that's what makes him so strong.
Okay, I have the
'Cause
ultimate
it's-
question.
What is better,
It's magic.
Triforce or the star?
The Triforce or the star? That's a good question. I
The
mean,
Triforce created the whole ass world of Hyrule, so
right.
or no,
Did it?
the gods left it behind. The
I thought the
goddesses left it
goddesses
behind.
created the world, and then also when they left, they created the Triforce.
Yeah, that's right. I said it wrong. Yeah.
Although each part of the Triforce is supposed to embody one of the goddesses' powers, right?
Yeah, is the courage, the force, and the wisdom?
Right.
Is it that?
It's courage and wisdom. I don't know. I don't remember what the third one is.
It's
The other one
power.
is power.
Power.
It's Ganon. Ganon has it.
Right.
Wait, what do you think Thanos would have done if he had the Triforce?
Thanos?
Probably
I
kill
don't
his
think
daughter.
he's satisfied. Well, wait. What can you do when you have all 3 Triforce?
I think you can do anything, right? It's like having the Infinity Gauntlet.
Is it really
Well, then
that?
Thanos would. Hmm.
This is
Well,
actually
if you could do that-
a
you could
fire
do that.
discussion. I'm loving this.
If you
what
could
about
do
the
that,
seven
if you just
star?
had all 3 of the Triforce, I feel like that means it is more powerful than the 7 stars that are inside Mario and some of the others.
But
Although
like,
we don't,
I feel like
we don't
I feel
get
like
a
they're just the
statement on what
stages.
you could. Well, I mean, we don't get a statement on what you could do, except for that Bowser at some point wanted to remove the stars from the babies and like take them into himself, and like I guess that would make him strong enough to take over the world or something. But we don't know for sure what exactly that would mean.
really needs to invest in some better fucking warriors.
Seriously.
He's terrible
Yeah,
at
His whole
creating.
thing is
He's like I just don't understand what he's thinking. Like you got
he
to
has
go back
like
to the drawing board.
7. He has like 7 mercenaries that he uses sometimes, the Koopalings. And then I guess Kamek, who was like his nanny, and then his son. So basically it's some nepotism and
Well, speaking
and
of
then everyone else
yeah.
could just be killed in one hit pretty much.
Speaking of the sun, like, look, you all remember in Desert World, in Mario
That
3,
fucking angry Al Gore son. Yeah.
the angry sun was probably the hardest part of that game. Like it was like
I always had to use my P-wing for that one.
right, and
I
so
think it
like
was-
how's like what is Link gonna do with that if the entire sun comes down and
He would
comes
play the
after
sun
Link?
song, and then everything would be fine.
Yes, very good,
I don't
very good.
actually the sun. I think it's just some weird organism that looks like the sun. Because we know from other Mario games the sun doesn't look like that or behave that way.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Although I think
you know what
it
is.
is inconsistent.
It's the fucking temp sun with a bad attitude.
That's Son, the son's
Son.
brother. He's just filling in.
Umlauts. It's S-U with umlauts and soon.
Soon. That's the R compliments version of the sun.
The sun in Mario 3 actually, its face kind of looks like the moon in Majora's Mask.
Okay, what about the running guy from uh Mario Sunshine, Pianissimo? He's the same under his mask. He's the same character model as the running guy from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, that's funny.
I think they take
bastards
place
did that
in
on
like
purpose.
this. I think they take place in like the same universe, or maybe not at the exact same point in time, but they
How
do
would
seem to
you
have some
explain
stuff in
that?
common.
So, by the way, you guys, someone who decided to call themselves farts in jars on YouTube, and their profile pic is that screaming liberal girl, says, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" Any answers?
You're gonna need to be more specific.
I think I might have Asperger's.
My nervous system is fucked up, and I enjoy jujitsu. So that's 2 things about me. You're gonna need to reference.
I have a
some...
severe imbalance between my parasympathetic and my sympathetic nervous system. Yeah.
Also, I need to pee. I'll be right back.
My
I'm currently
moral
getting my ass kicked
foundation.
by the...
Farts in jars.
I think it's good to argue about stupid things like this that won't
Once
lead
in a while,
anywhere,
it's
though.
fun, isn't it?
Well, this is philosophical pontification. Like this is
Yeah.
exactly what it means to pontificate on
Yeah.
topics that most people would say, like, what is this? What is the meaning of this? Well, it's
Exactly.
creativity. It's engaging with our imagination. So farts in jars. I hope you join us.
Yeah, because you can learn, like, argumentation can be learned from talking about superheroes and who would win in a fight, just because, you still have all the fallacies that will be used. You'll still have people who think their character is the best because they really liked it when they beat, I don't know, Majora's Mask or something. So now Link is the toughest, and so you have to deal with people that won't change their mind no matter what. I don't know. I think it's educational.
And that's just fun. It's fun to just talk about nonsense.
That too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's funny. And what do you think that would happen if we give the 3/4 to Mario and make him go into Hyrule and try to complete like the Zelda
I don't think Mario has the mental fortitude, because like Link is a child, and like at least at first, and so he has the like bounce backness of a child.
Yeah, that's a good question, Milkshake. Like, if Mario had the Triforce in his hand, what happens? Like,
Mario would be like, my back hurts.
Yeah,
like making it the wall 3/4, but like the courage piece, like Link. Like, what if Mario was born into Link place?
Huh.
I think he would get laid sooner.
Yeah, we ended up talking about morality instead of what I asked. I forget what I asked. Charm. Who's got more charm? We kind of got into morality, but I think
I would
Link
say
is
Mario.
seems very standoffish. Like if he walks into a situation, like he's not very cool. Like
doesn't
when he
speak.
walks in, he's always on high alert. Where Mario is pretty cool with being in his, whatever scenario he's thrown into.
Yeah, and Mario can formulate some brief sentences, and Link just say like "Hi."
He just communicates in a series of high-pitched karate grunts.
Yeah.
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 Everybody do their best Link Kaya. Yeah.
What other?
Yes. And Mario is like, "It's me, Mario."
Yeah.
At
It's
least
me.
and
Or he'll go like okie dokie. There's this
Mario
one meme.
gets-
It's Mario with a shotgun, and it says his eyes are lasers, and it says this is not okie
There's no
dokie.
question. Mario's pulling trim. I mean,
He gets that kiss on the nose after every game.
he does.
yeah.
His brother, who's I don't know.
Somebody
Link
said,
get
"Boo,
anything
talk about
from his brother?
politics." Okay, so do you think that Ganon is... What party do you think Ganon would fall into?
I would probably say the fascist party.
Authoritarian right. Or
Well,
left.
Link would probably be a libertarian, right? Because he wants to... I mean, he's got like militias.
he's a hippie.
Like he is the militia. Yeah.
He's kind of actually Link is basically Antifa.
Kind of. You're not wrong.
Mario is definitely a closeted racist
Why? Why?
because he
He's
seems to want
Japanese
to
and
crush-
Italian.
He seems to want to crush everything that is not him or human. He's speciest, I should say.
He likes Toad.
Specious.
Yeah, that's true. He does like Toad.
Yoshi.
And Yoshi. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even
No,
talk about
no,
Yoshi this whole time.
He has dropped Yoshi down so many abysses. What the fuck? He does not love Yoshi.
Well, for any of this, does Mario get his mount, Yoshi, versus Epona?
Well, that's part of his equipment, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if Link's gonna get Epona, then
Mario gets Yoshi.
Mario gets Yoshi, which.
But Yoshi can eat stuff, which is an unfair advantage. Epona never eats.
But this is just
Epona
pointing-
can run fast.
This is just pointing.
Epona can escape. She can jump that really high fence into Long Lawn Ranch. Only once, though. I gotta get some fairies in a bottle. I'm getting my ass kicked with this freaking mini boss. I just need to get the light arrows, and then I can reverse time again, and then I can go back and start from the beginning. It'll be fine.
Fairies are imperative.
Well, it's the freaking Goro mini boss, and I don't have that many heart pieces because I'm bad at this game, so...
What are you playing on console?
3DS.
Cool.
Yeah. It's fun. No, I've been playing Ocarina of Time randomizers on an emulator on my phone with a N64 controller plugged into my phone.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty fun.
That's cool.
What a setup.
God, I love that. That's good.
And then I was playing some Pilot Wings too. It's fun as shit. Someone said, "What about Metroid on the YouTube?" I don't know. This is my day, and I don't know enough about Metroid. So, other than how does Samus make herself into that little ball? That's fucking crazy. She
Choso bird people technology.
Yeah. She's part bird person now.
So we've really delved into Link versus Mario. You know, it's funny thinking about like some of the sub characters. Like Luigi, is Luigi not essentially as powerful as Mario?
he's more powerful because he can jump higher and run faster.
Only relative in strength, and he's also a star child.
And he's green, which is better than red.
And
Yeah,
also,
he's the lean
Yeah.
green fighting machine.
And he has his own
Could
mansion.
Luigi complete the game of Mario? I
Well,
think
yeah.
Yeah, he deals with ghosts.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
but I don't know if you guys watch Honest Trailers, but the one for Luigi's Mansion is so funny. He's like, Luigi has a character trait all his own. Sniveling cowardice. Crippling
But that's what makes
anxiety.
him so brave. That's what makes him so brave, is he fights against his own fear.
yeah.
And
That's
so
true.
This is
He,
kind
he
of a.
opens the doorknobs
Just
even though his
like-
hands are shaking.
Is this not like a Shaggy from Scooby Doo versus What's His Nuts conversation? Because like, isn't Luigi like personality type more the Shaggy?
He's more afraid
funny
of
guy.
than Shaggy, I think.
Yeah. It's like Shaggy,
Shaggy's
but
like-
not as stoned.
Yeah.
Like a sober Shaggy.
He's got to be
Well,
stoned.
that's just what we
No,
think.
he's way too nervous to be stoned. If he was stoned,
Yeah,
he'd be
see, that-
relaxed.
See, this is
Well,
what I'm
Be
no,
like,
well,
dude,
maybe
let's
that's
get these
part of
ghosts.
why he's so nervous. Maybe
is a
he's
personal-
paranoid.
This is a personality
Am I
problem.
just paranoid or am I just stoned? Okay, I'm done.
Like I'm gonna pick Mario as my grand protector over Luigi just because Luigi seems like he's just fucking erratic.
Yeah,
No,
but I would
pick
pick Luigi
Mario
to be my friend.
Be like my bodyguard.
I would
yeah.
love to be friends with Luigi, but I'm not gonna fucking have him making like world-changing decisions. Like, I think that's Mario's business.
You
I
would
feel
let
like
Mario
Luigi
do that?
wouldn't talk to me. Like
Honestly,
he would be
that's
like,
Peach's business.
Mario would be like, I have a job to do. It's easier for me to protect you if you don't talk to me. And I'd be like, oh, fuck you. Like,
I do think Mario does defer to Peach when it comes to anything intellectual, like with regards to like
And
them as a couple.
He defers to Toadsworth.
Yeah, I mean Toad. I think just by whatever species you want to call a mushroom man, I think they seem to have a higher intellect. Does anyone disagree with that?
I mean,
They're-
if you see them in
they're
Super Mario
actually,
Sunshine, they're like
higher
running
normal.
around screaming. So I don't know.
I just realized because
They
of
aren't
Mario
humorous
Kart,
and they build as
Mario has a car.
Yep.
Yeah, but so does Link. He has that motorcycle, and it's easier to get away
Yeah.
on two wheels.
Mario wouldn't run from a fight against some elf.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's big dick energy right there. And this is
But
what
then
we
the
have to
elf
talk
would be
about.
like, I may be an elf, but I kick all the ass.
I think Mario's operating with quite the hog, if I had to guess.
Oh, he's a
Well,
full-blooded
look at the
Italian
We're not
male.
allowed to- We're not allowed to talk about Link's little Link. Like,
We could with adult Link.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
don't
Okay,
still little.
fine.
Yeah, let's not get into
Links get
Link.
beaten up by chickens.
Let's not get into pre-teen Link here.
so
No,
adult
he's
Link
compensating
was in.
for
He
something
was in like.
that's so-
He was in storage for all those years. I mean, I can't think of
Is
the word.
Willie still
storage.
cold?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think Peach typically makes Mario eat a mushroom before they hit the
Her
sack?
cake. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she probably feeds it to him. Eats her cake.
That's how he gets her to go into the house or the castle in the Mario 64
Have you
because
seen-
of the
wait.
promise of cake.
Have you
Because
guys
Peach
seen?
is a sexist character.
Have you guys seen the Family Guy bit of the different of the scene you didn't see in the original Donkey Kong Mario arcade game where they actually
When he was Jumpman still.
they actually end up killing her and then they they like bury her and it's really funny. I'll post it in the off-air text. I gotta find
Do you
it.
guys ever watch Dorkly? They have the best bits about this kind of stuff. It's like what if video game bosses traded places?
Oh yeah,
and then
I've seen
Bowser,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bowser and Dr. Robotnik trade plays.
Sonic and Kirby, they still haven't been brought up yet, so
Oh,
I'll
how
just
have we not
mention
talked
their
about
names.
Sonic?
Because Sonic is a Sega property and Kirby is a Nintendo property, and I don't know anything about either of them really, except
okay.
for Kirby can suck really well and Sonic has lots of bling.
All you need to know is that Sonic is better than Mario.
Is he though?
Yeah. He's so much faster. Just so much.
But
Yeah,
you can only
Mario.
get
Yeah, well, you see,
underwater
here's
for like
why.
2
Though.
seconds.
Here's why. It's because Mario is red, but Sonic is blue. So
That's racist.
I just posted that in
Mario
the
is
live text,
racist.
by the way. If anyone wants
Yeah,
to watch it.
yeah, Mario's an Italian from Brooklyn. All right, you don't think he uses some slurs when nobody's listening?
Hey, yo, it's a me, Mario.
Like the narration in that one movie, that opening narration.
Okay, can we please talk about how Chris Pratt is playing Mario, and he actually said Mario's not going to be Italian. He's normal now.
What?
What?
First of all, racist.
What?
I know, that's like actually racist.
What do you mean he's normal now?
That's what Chris Pratt
What
allegedly
does it
said.
mean? Isn't being Italian not normal?
Well, I
It's
mean,
being
it means you might
Italian,
be
but not the
allowed the rest of
normal.
them, but you're still a human being.
The average person is Chinese.
That's
It's
true.
true. Nah.
If you
Technically,
took the
yeah.
average of all the
You know,
people.
on average, if you're from Earth, you're probably Chinese.
Or Indian.
Although, yeah, Indians are catching up real quick.
Do you guys ever like get into a boss fight in Zelda and you just say fuck it and you just stay really close to them and just keep taking hits and damage but also dealing the hits, and it's just like who's gonna die first? That's what I'm doing with the Goro boss because I can't. I'm so bad. So I went and I got 4 fairies at the entrance, and now I'm just spamming him until he dies.
Oh, is that the lizard guy?
No, it's the Goro guy, like with the purple cape. I think you get the light arrows for fighting him. I hope so. I hope I get something and not just like you got a map. Fuck you.
I have never played Majora's Mask.
That's
And
sad.
everyone's
It's
mad at me for it.
Overrated, in my opinion.
It's
Yeah.
not overrated.
No, it's probably
Even
a
if
good
it's-
It's definitely not my favorite. I enjoyed, I think, almost every other Zelda game outside of that one. But that being said, it's still a good game.
Yeah, I respect it on an intellectual level, but me personally, it's just not for me.
Do you guys prefer 2D Zelda or 2D or 3D Zelda? And then the same for Mario.
3D Zelda, and I would say it's hard for me to say 2D Mario because the new 3D Marios and Mario 64 is so good. But yeah, my favorite Mario game of all time is 2D. So
I would say 3D for both.
Yeah, I grew up on Ocarina of Time, so 3D. Although I grew up with 2D Mario, so I might prefer 2D Mario now that I think about it.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm floating. But I also, when I start thinking about Mario 64, like, fuck, is that a good game?
Oh, Mario Kart? You know how many hours I've logged into some Mario Kart?
I mean, Kart is like, it's kind of hard to dispute that it's not the greatest, multiplayer game of all time. Like, that is hard
GoldenEye
to dispute.
GoldenEye on the N64.
GoldenEye,
Ooh, GoldenEye. Oof.
GoldenEye is
Smashing
high,
Mario
but I
Kart
have to.
or Masterpiece.
I have to tell you though, I tried playing GoldenEye on an emulator.
Me too.
Like,
It's so hard.
It's also, I found it to be a pretty shitty game while going back and playing it, and that's not the same feeling
It's just great because we remember it as great. That's
I
the
know.
only reason.
I know, but like most games, when I go back, I still really enjoy them. Like Mario 3, like I could play that game forever. But when I go back and play GoldenEye, it feels like such a shitty game. I don't know.
Do you play GoldenEye
I
with
tried
other
playing
people?
it once.
Oh yeah.
I tried playing GoldenEye once, and I couldn't, I got to a point where I didn't know how I was supposed to progress, which,
Oh.
ties into what I was saying earlier about how I need really low-level, simple games, or my brain hurts.
I feel like as my brain's matured, like as I'm 26 now, so for the most part my brain's done. I feel like video games have gotten a little bit easier and more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Easier for sure. I remember struggling with
everything is
GoldenEye
getting
when I was like
easier.
3 or 4, when I was really young playing it. But now, like, I breeze through it. No one can play me. I smash anyone at GoldenEye, so I can't even play anymore.
Well, I wouldn't say that
Sad.
it's
I
the
have a
game
question for
getting
the chat.
easier, but they sure getting more apologetic about what you do.
I
Yeah,
have 2 days left on my Majora on the timer, and I just got the light arrows, which means I'm about a quarter of the way through Stone Tower Temple. Should I reset my timer before I continue?
I say send it. Force it to happen. No resets.
I was thinking we could probably move down to the Tav now. Hey, Michaela, what do you think?
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
This was really fun. This was
fun.
honestly more fun than I expected it to be,
No,
and I'm glad that everybody was like had a spirited discussion.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's fun. Got me energized.
Definitely.
Cool.
You pick any 2 fictional characters and pit them against each other, I'll be there.
Oh yeah.
Next week, Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker. No,
Oh,
we're just gonna
yeah.
go down the list of epic rap battle characters. No, next week we're gonna talk about was Thanos right, but we're also going to keep in mind the plot of Eternals. So if Thanos wouldn't have done that, all of the Earth would have been destroyed, like literally from the Celestial growing inside. So cool.
Interesting.
Ooh,
Okay, thanks,
I
Michaela.
love me some Marvel.
Cool. I'll see you guys in the tab.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and try joining our Discord server. We have conversations every day. We're always in the tavern, so stop by, say hello. See you next time. Let art and science inspire.